was packed. Then
Right,
again, in California, there would be a lot of fans that support a Mexican team. It's very close to
right,
that state.
right.
And then, of course, the team that they was playing against was another Spanish country too as well. So it's like, they're going to be fans packed up for these events. But even the other day, they had Monterrey versus BVB from Germany, and the amount of fans that they had at Mercedes-Benz Stadium was like, man, Mexico rolls deep in here.
They do. They do.
They,
The South American fans in general, wow, they roll deep.
yeah,
I think the first game I went to, the game against Juventus, there was like 65,000 fans.
mm,
But the one against Al Hilal, a work night, 9 p.m. kickoff, and then going
right,
to extra time. Oh my goodness, the game didn't end till like almost 12:30 in
almost
the morning.
12:30. Yeah,
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 so that game, I think there was only like 43,000 fans. Still, to me, still a good turnout, but it looks empty because it's a huge stadium. It's an NFL style, stadium. So
yeah. And the one thing about us, for Man City fans, we're looking up at the clock like, give us a +3, give us a +3,
right,
+7, +7. Oh wow, they're trying to give us a chance, and we still
right.
failed.
But
But for
man,
me, Carrie and T
yes,
Will, growing up watching Messi on TV, like, I've seen Messi play before, but just imagine, like, for a fan who's never seen Messi play for the first time, there were tickets at the Mercedes-Benz less than $100 to go watch the
wow,
greatest player to ever
nice.
play soccer in the world. And he's played at the stadium, I think it was 3 times in the past 2 months, and he has to come back in October. Like, these are really cool that you get a chance to see these international stars. I saw Sergio Ramos, I saw Aaron
Wow,
Holland, Jeremy Doku, some of these big name players
I
that's
love
like,
it.
you can never even get this close to seeing these players, and here they are playing at the Mercedes Benz. That was enough about soccer. Let's get back to Falcons
Right.
football.
Sorry about that little.
Dwayne, no, we love our soccer. We love Manchester City too as well.
But
Dwayne Ruffin in the chat with a super hat.
thank you,
Dwayne
D.
Ruffin. I'm about to tell you, man, you flying across the country to come see the Falcons
I know.
practice at Flowery Branch. You should have. You might need that $5 for that water. It's gonna get hot out there.
I
It's
need
gonna
to
get
message
hot.
Deke and see what days he's gonna be there. I'm still
Hey,
trying to go.
for Falcon
Sorry.
fans going to training camp, we working on a little something so y'all can come out, have a good time, hang with us. Of course, after training camp, um, and just all Falcon fans in general. Like, we're not just limiting. Oh, you can go and you can go. We would never do that. Everybody's invited. You're already out there in the middle of nowhere in Flowery Branch watching this practice in 95-degree weather. Might as well just come hang out after. I know T Will's gonna be there. T Will got the hot sauce on him.
I hope he's gonna be there.
T Will, you got that thing on you for Flowery Branch?
I got that thing on me, man.
Shit.
I got that thing on me. Party at Jack's place.
Big shout out to Dwayne Ruffin in the chat with the super chat coming through to save the day.
Super chat.
William Amy's in the chat with the what's good, Carrie?
What up,
Wait,
William?
all you see is Carrie, Will? What the?
Oh, wow.
All right, you know what? It's Carrie show. No, it's Carrie show. All right, man.
Yeah.
To Eric's point, I'm not hard to find if you don't block me. So
Oh, wow. Oh,
Get to
wow.
it.
Really?
Get on
Wow.
Get on him.
Wow.
Get to it, Carrie.
That's what. Wow. Oh, you know what? I thought we were past this, Carrie. Obviously, we're gonna need to go to therapy and work this out. This just keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Hey, can you pass me some water? I would, but I'm blocked. So I don't know. I don't know.
Keep that joke
Crazy.
going, man. Falcon fans in the chat. William Amy, Kobe Bryant have to show out when the pads come on. And it's funny too, because when we go to training camp, T-Will, your brother Eric, people always ask, like, the first couple of days of training camp, how they looking? How they looking out there?
Mm-hmm.
And Eric's response is, well, everybody looks good in the shorts and t-shirts. I'm gonna tell you right
Everybody
now.
has a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Until they get hit in the mouth. So as William Amy said, when them pads come on, it's a totally different player. So big shout out to William Amy, big shout out to Kobe
you
Bryant.
guys, sorry,
Okay.
normally even when I can't join the shows, I'm always watching and trying to be in the chat. Lately, I've just been so busy that I've been kind of disconnected from everything. Have you guys talked about Kobe Bryant? Like, do you guys agree? Or, like, he says that he thinks, he needs to, work hard to make the roster once the pads come on. Do you guys think he's going to make the roster? Like, your early prediction?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
No. I mean, with every look at you got some guys that have already been here that may not make this roster. But first and foremost, again, I'm trying to see how to phrase this.
Is it the competition that at the position?
Yeah, I think it's the competition, and I think he probably needs to put on a little weight, to be honest with you. You know what I
Pretty
mean?
deep in that area. We talked about it the
Yeah,
other day,
he's
and
gonna need to put on some weight because you're gonna have to come up and hit some NFL style running backs with they got a lot more in the tank than what you're used to hitting in college.
Right.
But I mean, we'll see. Again, what do I know? You know what I mean?
No, that's
I'm just
valid. Honestly, it's going to be tough. In my opinion, I'm really not sure either way. I feel like I kind of do want him to make the roster only because I think we've talked about this before, but we don't have I feel like he's one of those players that are, I don't know how to phrase this either. Not that he's troublesome, but he's gonna talk his ish,
he's the young Jalen Ramsey.
Right. Yes, I see him online. I started following him on social media. I see
it's time to back the trash talk up with the play on the field.
Right. So I'm hoping his play backs it up, but if it does, that can be dangerous because not for us, for other teams, it could be dangerous because he talks his ish and he backs it up. That could be pretty, lethal. But and I feel like we don't have a lot of that on our defense as far as players that are maybe
we really don't.
We
really don't. Kobe was one of its kind when it comes to just a guy who can just be over there who's just super vocal, a young guy that's who is that yelling and screaming at other players? Oh, that's Kobe. Oh,
right.
Okay. That's what you need. You need somebody that has not the full Antonio Brown. Don't go full
right.
AD.
It's a fine line, right?
But juice us up. I ain't gonna lie. Frank Darby had that juice, man. Frank Darby had the energy that was yo, this guy right here on the sidelines, in the locker rooms, training camp.
Keyword on the sideline. on the side.
Oh, wow.
Yep, on the side. This guy right here, man, when we getting coffee,
oh my God, he will.
What about him on the field?
Details that car.
Hey, look, bro, let me tell you something. At the end of the day,
$2 tip the other day too as well. Eric, good shout out on hitting the tires too. Go ahead.
Oh wow, hey Eric, that was that gentleman right there. That was not me. That was not the lovely Carrie. That was not us. You know who it was. No, but I mean, in all seriousness, you can talk your trash. You better be able to back it up on the field. I mean, it's great if you can talk, but you better be able to back it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I played with some guys who like to talk.
Oh, but speaking of T. Will's highlight film, when you see T. Will's tape, hey, if you ain't doing what T. Will says you're supposed to be doing, get off the field.
I
need to see this because no one sent me the link.
Was look for the one with the interception. I said, which one's the one? Oh, there's the guy with the interception.
Yeah, I was about
T. Will
that.
Had hair.
Yeah, I did. I was about that life. But the point is, I mean, good. You want to talk trash? That's fine. Can you back it up? And I mean, look at what we have at corner. You got AJ, Mike Hughes, obviously there, and you got D. Alford, you got Billy Bowman, you got Clark Phillips, you got Kevin King, you got Keith Taylor, you got Mike Ford, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Dante Manning, you got Kobe Bryant, you got Natron Brooks. That's 9. Count them 1, 2, and you got Xavier. Well, no, yeah, you got 9.
We'll keep watching the safety for now. We'll just keep.
You got 9. So, I mean, that's tough, man. That's how many corners you think we're keeping? 6,
5, maybe
5.
Maybe
So that's 4 that's not going to make it, right?
It's the same like your wide receiver group. Are we going 5 or 6? We don't know yet. I know they're going to go 3 running backs, but is it 5 wide receivers? Is it 6 wide receivers? Are they going to go 5 corners, 6 corners? Like you said, Watts too as well can move around that field. Billy Bowman, specialist too as well. How they're going to create, some defensive schemes with this guy, but. Yeah, T. Will, I'm on your side. But you also got players that know Raheem Morris. They know Raheem Morris pretty well. Not saying that Kevin King's on the 53, not saying D. Alford's on the 53 or Natron Brooks is on the 53, but these guys was on the team last year.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Even Lamar Jackson corner was signed at the end of the season. Go ahead, T. Will.
I think D. Alford's on the team, though.
I already counted D. Alford on my 53.
I think D. Alford's on. And I think because and again, I'm gonna try and be nice. I realized here lately I've been a little too
under the weather.
Have I been missing that?
Under the weather?
Nah, I've been
real ice cube-ish.
21 T. Will.
Sad.
Yeah, I kind of took your place, but I just think under Jimmy Lake, everybody should get a mulligan for last year.
Jimmy
Look,
Lake what? Jimmy Lake what?
Jimmy Lake Lanier, where
Sheesh.
yeah, where defensive careers
You
go.
did not.
You
Yeah,
said Jimmy Lake Lanier, where
where
defensive
defensive
players'
careers
careers
die.
go to.
You know how many people drown in Lake Lanier? Yeah. That's
Wow, Timo, that was good.
yeah. We tried, but no. In all seriousness, look, I'm not saying D. Alford was the top cornerback in the league prior to last year, but he was definitely better than last year. I like him in the nickel corner. I didn't have an issue with D. Alford prior to last year, and again, we can say that about a lot of people. So I'm going to chalk up last year to again Jimmy Lake Lanier. I think he's got a shot at making the team. So if you count him, right? If you count Billy Bowman, if you count Clark Phillips, who they love,
you got your 5.
So and I guess what I'm saying is, in order for Kobe to jump that, he'd have to be doing record breaker stuff.
You forgot to
He'd
mention
have
Mike
to be
Ford,
having
too,
like
specialist.
6
Mike
interceptions
Ford.
to practice. He got to be, in all of the exhibition games, he's got to have 2. Like, he'd really have to go above and beyond. I just don't see it.
Will he play in the NFL? I do think he will play in the NFL. I think he's going to get a couple snaps for the team here. It's very difficult to say, like T-Will was saying, if they do go AJ, if they do go Mike, if they do go D, if they do go Billy Bowman, if they do go Clark Phillips. And don't forget about this guy they brought in the offseason, Mike Ford, who's been here before, who's played snaps on the Falcons, special teams, and on the field with the defense.
Yeah.
Right.
Then that does take out your Natron Brooks. It takes out your Kevin King. It takes out your Keith Taylor. It takes out your Dante Manning, your Lamar Jackson at corner, and Kobe Bryant. So I see where T. Will's going with this. You got people on this side of the fence that say, yeah, D. Alford, I know he understands, he knows Raheem, and he's played with the scheme before, and he knows Jerry Gray and everybody. But look at last season with D. Alford. And then you might go to Clark Phillips and say the same thing. And then people might look for a change. We want to get somebody new in here. Bring in Kobe Bryant. Give somebody like Dante Manning maybe a shot who could be a future corner here with the Atlanta Falcons. We're talking about the camp competition battles. We know AJ's safe. We know Mike Hughes should be good. D. Alford, I'm just going to throw him in the mix right now. That's the 3. Clark Phillips, if you throw him in there as your 4 and Billy Bowman's your 5, well, there's your 5 corners right there. And then it goes to your practice squad and XYZ. So like T. Will is saying, some of these players have to make the jump. Like Kerry has said, you got to show up and show out with some of these, camp competition battles that we're having. Another one we want to look at before we get to the next topic and then start wrapping up the show here is the running back group. Bijan is safe. Tyler Algier is safe. But Kerry, the Falcons also brought in one of the best running backs from the UFL. So looking at the 3rd spot, Kerry and Terry, for your running back room, is it going to be the young man who just got signed from the was it Alabama or Birmingham Stallions or whatever it is? What's his name? I think it is. Let me go check the Falcons. What's the name of the running back the Falcons just brought in from the UFL?
Forgot his name.
Well, see, that's good to know because some people will say that's a training camp guy, camp body.
Right.
And it could be Carlos Washington's spot. T-Will, is the 3rd spot on the roster that important to the Falcons, knowing that we're using Bijan and Tyler so heavy? Don't forget, #need more Tyler. #need more Tyler.
The name is Jashawn Corbin.
Jashawn Corbin. So that must be the young man right here. Yeah, Jashawn Corbin right here.
Yeah.
3rd down, your 3rd spot running back on this roster, T-Will. Camp competition battle between Carlos Washington, who's been here for a while, and Jashawn Corbin? Or are we just looking too much and saying, oh, you guys are just trying to find something to talk about here? Because who really talks about the 3rd down? Who really talks about your 3rd running back on your roster?
I'm gonna knock on wood. Hey man, God willing, everybody stays healthy. To the extent that they don't, it'll be very important. Mm-hmm. It'll be very important. So, look, it's the NFL. It's always next man up. You got to be prepared. So it is important. It is important because you just never know, right? So,
I want to just say his stats real quick. I know you said he led the UFL in rushing
Mm-hmm.
for 514 yards, 4 touchdowns, 97 carries. He started 6 of the 10 games that he did play, and he had 18 receptions for 138 yards, returned 11 kicks for 252 yards with a long of 33.
You see, that also adds to that special teams situation because he did return some kicks too last year with UFL.
Right,
You
yes.
have Billy Bowman too as well, who can be in that special teams game. D. Alford could be in that special teams game, and of course Jamal Agnew, who I think most fans would say that is your kick returner, punt returner. Seeing the body of work Jamal Agnew has in the special teams game, but in this NFL, we can't rule none of these players out. They're wearing the jersey, they got the playbook, they're showing up in the next couple weeks on the field. Jack ain't getting no call. Kind of upset about that. But these players,
80 yard on the run ain't getting no call. Are you
hey
kidding
man, you know what I'm
me?
saying?
What?
There's a couple spots I'm looking at, like
Stop
like the Hawks. If the
it.
Hawks need another, wing off the bench, I'm
The
here.
Hawks are doing their thing, bro.
Atlanta United. If you need another striker or two, I can lace them up.
Atlanta United needs all the help they can get, bro.
That shit is bad.
They need all
It's,
the help they
it's
can get.
time
Hey,
to
let
Atlanta
me.
United to take it to the next level. I'm tired of hearing these international stars being linked to Miami, linked to Chicago, linked to New York. Atlanta United needs to get after it. Kevin De Bruyne shouldn't be coming from Manchester City to Chicago, or to Neymar shouldn't be mentioning I want to play in the MLS and then want to go to Miami. How does Neymar get linked to Miami? I understand Miami's like the go-to spot for some of these South Americans and of course these international stars out of Mexico and so forth and Argentina, but Atlanta, hello. Hartsfield, what's going on here? How are these other places getting these stars? So as a fan of these Atlanta sports team, I need to see my people eat. Shout out to Acuna for saving my parlay yesterday. Acuna, you're solid in my book, sir. Big shout out to Acuna for saving the parlay.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Even though the Braves lost, Acuna did get a hit in the 9th inning, so big shout out to Acuna.
Wait, they lost after they had
5-1.
Oh, that's sick.
These Braves are like this, Carrie. Yes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes. What the?
I know. It's like we're so back. Oh no, we suck. Oh, we're so.
It's like, tough. And even the Mets, you destroyed the Mets, except for that last game. But you destroyed the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get out there against these other teams, and it's like, bro.
The Angels
worked you, bro. The Angels
worked you. We don't have it this year. Quite candidly, it just if you can't beat the teams you should beat,
right?
You have no shot against the Dodgers. You have no shot against the Cubs. Like
the Padres.
You're losing to the Nationals. You're losing to
the Marlins.
Teams you should destroy.
Bro, I'm waiting for that White Sox series. If they blow the White Sox or the Rockies series, guess what? On to the next sport. Because
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I asked this the other day on a podcast, but has our window closed? And I say that because for two reasons. Number one, our farm system is in complete disarray, right? So you have all these injuries, and the best pitcher you can bring up is a 20-year-old. Now, and don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue with Didier Fuentes. He's a good pitcher with great stuff, but he's a kid. He's a 20-year-old kid. You mean to tell me you have nothing else on your farm system that you can bring up? That's a problem. That's a problem. And when you look up the hitters, when you look up the hitting in AA and AAA, it's just as bad. So we collectively suck. Well, at least we're consistent, right? We suck at the major league level. We suck at AAA. We suck at AA as far as hitting is concerned. So you add all of that up, and you got to ask yourself, have we peaked already? Right? And again, look, it's a Falcon show. We don't have to get into it. I do have one question for you, Jack. Do you know who Wally Pipp is?
What's up, bro?
Do you know who Wally Pipp is?
Pipp?
Do you know who Wally Pipp is?
You stumped me on this one. You're in your Deshaun bag right now. You stumped
I'm
me
in
with
my
this one,
Deshaun bag. So Wally Pipp was the player who Lou Gehrig replaced on his way to the Hall of Fame because Wally Pipp got hurt. And the whole point of it is you can't make the club from the tub. So that's why it's important to keep a good position player at every position, because you never know when somebody's going to go out on an injury. So and again, let me knock on wood. Hopefully that's not foreshadowing of gloom and doom to come. But yeah, man, I think that third running back position is critically important, especially if you're going to have plays with Bijan and Tyler on the same field. It's probably good to have a third running back. Just my thoughts.
Well, I know the Falcons in the past. Remember, we used our running back 3 a couple times. You know, we had the Devontae Freeman Coleman era. Now we have Bijan and Tyler. Hashtag need more Tyler. Every time we say Tyler Allgeier's name, hashtag need more Tyler.
Hashtag need more Tyler.
Zach
I think more Tyler would
up.
really, and honestly, I think that would be good, because I think it would open up some things, right?
Right.
And I think, especially if you have the two of them in the same backfield, you could disguise some things and change formations during the play. So if you have both of them back there and they bring up 9 or 8 to stop you, and you shift, right, or they're clearly in a big ugly set, you can do a lot of things with that. You can put Bijan in the slot. So I for one would like to see that.
Something important to look at too, Falcon fans, is the kicker position here in Atlanta. We are playing in Berlin this year. We do have a German kicker. I'm sure a lot of German fans would love to see, a German kicker from an NFL team come play, over there in Germany. That would be great for them. But of course, here in Atlanta, we're trying to score some points. And if we can't get the touchdowns, if we're in the zone, if we're in the range and we can't get a touchdown, we got to put up 3. And last year, there was some times where we was in the zone. We was in the range, but we missed the 3 a few times, more than once, more than twice, sometimes in the same game, more than 3 times. So for Falcon fans here, they're looking at the camp competition battle between Lenny Craig, not Lenny Kravitz, Lenny Craig, and Younghoe Koo. So quickly before we start getting to the next topic and wrapping it up here, because I got to get up out of here for a big golf game. Got a bunch of people playing with us this morning. But Koo, Craig, Carrie, your thoughts. I know you just want to win the videos. Now, we haven't heard too much about Craig since those videos that we saw, but the ones that we saw in the offseason, I believe this dude was kicking 60 indoors, which there's no crowd effect. There's nobody, a defensive player trying to jump off line or say things to, get him off, off balance of getting ready to kick this kick. He's just in the facility kicking a few practice balls here to see if he can, make an NFL team. He did kick over 60 yards. Fans did mention that. But now we get ready for this camp competition battle. Koo's healthy. Is he healthy? Is he 100%? Is it the same Koo we're getting this year? We need Carrie to talk about this, because Carrie's not on her yacht right now, which means she has time to talk about
not yet.
Carrie, Craig, Koo, the battle at kicker.
So for me, just like I mentioned earlier, I'm really happy to see that we also have depth and competition at the kicker position. Just like how we were talking about in the secondary, we have competition and receivers. I think it's very necessary, and it was very apparent last season that Koo needed some competition. And even if it's not just for competition, it's for, as T-Will mentioned, health. If somebody goes down, Koo we all knew was hurt and playing through an injury last season. And I think, and I hope that our head coach learned from that, don't just keep trotting somebody out there and playing him through injury, because Look what happens. He doesn't score the point. He doesn't do his job, the one job he's there to do. So I'm really happy that if Koo, in fact, is still hurt, or he's not being reliable like he used to be, then we have, Craig there to, take over. I don't know. Like, that sounds harsh, but it's the reality that next man up if you're hurt. And it's also that competition that if you can't, kick a field goal past 52 yards, and we have somebody else that can do it, a younger guy that, quite frankly, the Falcons really wanted, because I remember reading that there was multiple teams interested in signing this Lenny Craig guy, and the Falcons kind of upped the price and, put in a better bid to get this guy. And I think he got a multi-year deal. So I think they really like him.
Something's there. Mm-hmm. Something's there.
Yeah.
I tell you what is there.
What's there?
Oh, gosh.
Well,
Berto.
oh,
Berto was there. Berto was there with a stupid chat.
I got my boy Butter in the building. 95 North Falcons talk show. He's probably on the boat getting some crawfish or lobster with his super. And my boy Berto. I heard Berto's coming to training camp this year. Is that true? Is the rumor I'm hearing about Berto showing up in
Is
Atlanta?
Berto? What?
He's going to training camp too.
We heard about Deke
Yeah.
Ruffin showing up, and Deke said he's there Saturday and Sunday, and we have an event that Saturday. So I'm glad that Deke can pull up from the West Coast, hang out with some Falcon fans. He said, I do grits in the morning, by the way.
You know what? I'm proud of you, my friend, because sometimes we can't get along as far as food takes. My guy likes well done steak, and I learned recently that Berto doesn't like cold cuts. Like he does not eat a cold cut sandwich. Like I was love a good sub. Like, yes, I'm sorry to out you.
What in the Oscar Mayer are we talking about?
You gotta remember about Berto, right? Berto may look like he's, up in there in Rhode Island and those areas, but he's the chopped cheese type of guy, I'm guessing.
Right.
You gotta go up to Brooklyn, to Bronx, the bodega. He knows about the bodega. Chopped cheese. I'm waiting to see a video from that. You know that guy on TikTok, the Aki guy? Yo, make it the Aki way. Remember, you ever see that guy, Carrie? Where people go up and they give him the food and they be like, yo, Ak, let me get a chopped cheese on such and such, and add the Doritos and add the Funyun. You never seen those videos?
No.
Carrie, there's this guy in New York who makes chopped cheese for like celebrities, and I guess he's getting pretty big now, where the line is wrapping around the building. But people are walking up to him with just different types of foods, honey buns, candy, no matter what it is, and he just throws it on the sandwich and makes the sandwich.
That's
mozzarella sticks on a ham and cheese, but it's crazy because people are literally, the videos are getting crazy. But I can imagine. Look, he's talking about the bodega. I can imagine that's Berto type of guy. Walks up to the video, yo, let me get a chopped cheese with, puts the Doritos or puts the Lay's. I know Berto's that type of he's that type of New York guy. Maybe he's a pizza guy. Maybe he's.
I'm just proud of him that he likes grits, because I did see a viral post somebody I follow yesterday actually, and they said, yeah, I'm gonna say it, grits are trash. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired of the bad food takes from people. Like,
hey, I can mess with some grits now. Now we get some Waffle House. You talking breakfast at one time?
Whoever said that, you cut me deep. I mean, I am. Look, I live in Georgia. I was born in Alabama.
You gotta have grits in the South.
The fundamental of everything that we do. It was the start of every day for my first 25 years. Yeah. My grandmother made grits every day. I mean, how do you not like grits? What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway,
you gotta be on the good train being on the South.
I love that.
It's like getting the All-Star special from Waffle House without the waffle. Like, you don't want the waffle?
Whoever said that, you're not invited to Waffle House if you come here, okay? You're not invited.
Huddle House, yes. Waffle House, no.
No, definitely not Waffle.
Yeah.
Getting ready to wrap it up here, Falcon fans. We did talk a little bit about the running backs. Talked a little bit about the recap from the wide receiver group, cornerbacks group. Sunday, we'll probably get into the linebackers and the defensive line. I see William Amy's over here talking about it. William Amy's asking about Kobe Bryant at the safety spot. T. Will mentioned it, that he need to hit the weight room and get in them drive-throughs around the summer before he gets into that safety spot.
Did you see he's actually making like an appearance at a club this weekend?
He's what? He's making a club appearance? Our undrafted free agent is making a fucking club appearance?
Yes, he's going to. So if anybody's in Houston, you could go see our. I know, this is probably why T-Will's like, yeah, man, I don't know.
But I'll tell you, you can't get more Atlanta than that. This joke ain't take a goddamn snap on the field yet.
He's going to Saturday.
What is your number again, Kobe? Number 308. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, of the Atlanta Falcons, number 3.
Like a fresh paddock with the money?
308? Is that?
He got that new iced out chain.
Like one-of-a-kind Falcon Jayhawk chain? Bro.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, if you're confident,
goddamn hell.
I know, but don't be too overly confident till you prove yourself, because I'm just gonna say, I'm sure you've seen it, like where he was like saying stuff, talking trash about Lamar Jackson.
We talked about that the other night, and that's what we were mentioning.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? I don't get it. Like, I understand trash talking, but for me, like, I would talk trash on the field for sure, but I need my skill to back it up. Like, if I'm a
Yeah.
player like Drake London or
Yeah.
Jesse Bates or
But
Jamar
there's
Chase,
certain people you
my
got to be
favorite
careful
receivers
you
like
talk
you.
to. Like, I wouldn't call out Aaron Donald and then have to go play Aaron Donald.
Right.
Like,
Like,
whoa,
what are you doing, man?
my bad, bro.
So, I played with guys who like to put pressure on themselves, right? I played with guys who they would talk trash. Now, some of those guys could back it up. Most could not. Most could
He
not.
will. Like, start out with, like, Bryce Young or something. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
look,
you gotta take it. Yeah,
obviously-
people that you're taller than. That's number one.
obviously, he's doing this to get recognition, right?
clout.
What he's doing is he's putting a big old target on his back. Now, look it, if you can back it up, okay? Because
I ain't gonna lie. College Kobe, he gonna back it up.
if you can
I
back
ain't
it
seen
up,
him take
man,
a snap in the NFL, but college Kobe,
if
oh
you
yeah,
can
he gonna back it up.
if you can back it up, I played football with a guy that every time we got out there on defense, it was like, hey, QB, it's gonna be me and you today. You gonna throw me two. That's right. You gonna throw me two. You gonna throw me two. Now he can back it up. He can back it up. And by the end of the game, you didn't throw on his side. But I played with 10 other guys who would talk way more trash and couldn't back it up for nothing. So the probability says, probably not. But hey, man, look at it. This is what I will say.
Right.
He experienced a lot of success in college,
Mm-hmm.
and he ain't big as nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he figured something out. Will it play in the NFL? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, Kerry, and to your point, Jack, you're really putting yourself in a situation to where now you gotta deliver.
Right.
And maybe he needs that pressure. You know what I mean? Maybe look, I played with guys who and it's funny, right? I played with guys who when nothing mattered, they were world beaters. But I also played with guys who, when you put pressure on them,
Mm-hmm.
they took their game to the next level. And I played
players.
with guys,
A
and
lot
when
of
you
players.
put a little bit of pressure on them, they crack like ice.
Mhm.
So it just depends. Maybe he needs to do this. Maybe he needs a certain amount of angst. You know what I mean? To do that, I don't know.
I was on the football field, of course. This is back in high school. This is long ago. But high school sometimes, fades into, the college and NFL. But there was a safety on the team when I was playing safety. And I was looking over. Every time this guy gets on the field, it's like, oh, shit. This is going to be one of my worst days of my football career. Because I know a lot of things that he doesn't want to do. And one of them is tackle. That's the first thing he doesn't want to do. The second thing he wants to do, he doesn't want to listen to the coach. He wants to do it his own way. He's very good for a high school player. And he did go on to college to play football. Don't know what he's doing now. But it was one of those days where it was like, I'm the free safety, and I'm getting ready to go make this tackle. And my strong safety's over here just, I don't know what the hell he's doing. But a lot of times he wasn't on the same page as me. But he used to talk himself up so much before the game. Even in the hallways, he used to talk himself up. People around the school. And we had a decent team, but people around the school was, oh man, he's gonna be the star player. He's gonna go into the NFL, and I don't think he didn't go to the NFL, but at that time, mentally, I see where Kobe is, right? I didn't do that too much. I didn't do too much trash talking because, for one, I wanted to make sure I was doing my job because I can't talk trash now. Track and field, I'll trash talk you because you wasn't beating me in that 200. You wasn't beating me in the 200, and my 4x1 and 4x4 team was dusting your ass. You wasn't touching us. But football at safety was a little bit different. Even I, who used to think that I was good at this, that, and third, I still had to remember to remain calm and focus and do my job. And then once it's over, then I can talk my shit. But my boy right next to me, he popping. Matter of fact, the play getting ready to start. He over here talking to the damn crowd and she talking to the people. Bro, get it lock in. Twin lock in. That's what they say now. Twin lock in.
I guess for me, it was just surprising because I'm not used to having a player like him on the Falcons.
Right.
And like I mentioned earlier, maybe that's what we need on defense because we don't really have that trash talker like that. I think I saw Eric put in the chat like he thinks he makes the roster. I think somehow he's going to make the roster too. I don't know. I think it could go either way, but I don't know. I'm honestly rooting for him to make the roster just because I feel like we do need a guy with that dog in him. Just hope and pray that his play backs it up. But I guess it's all surprising to me, like I said, because I'm not used to seeing a player like him. Like, he's very active on social media, and I feel like our players are not like that. Like, he goes live on Twitch all the time, and like has a big following over there, and he's making club appearances. If anybody's in Houston, you can go meet Kobe Bryant tomorrow at Sakai Club from 3 to 9.
The Sakai. Oh, they popping bottles. They're not popping bottles. They're popping bottles.
Bottles.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
Bottle.
Fancy.
A bottle of beer.
And he's gonna keep it street. Big shot to Kobe. But then again, this is not like, oh, Kobe's not making the 53. Never said that. We just said that some of the young got the free agents. D. Alford had his shine. He remembers that moment. He made the team. And of course, he's in the position where for fans, they're like, is he going to make the 53? Is Clark Phillips making the 53? Seeing Jace McClendon get waived by the Falcons after being drafted by the Falcons shows that Casey Washington's job is in jeopardy. There's a lot of people that you got to look at here, Falcon fans. It's like, bro, there's 4th, 5th, and 6th rounders that might not make this team. Be very careful of that. You saw in the past couple years, even when we had those 2 Georgia guys, they were like, yeah, we got some Georgia players, but they never played. So it's like, you got to be very careful.
We finally got one in the first round.
But he's playing. We know that. But our 6th and 7th rounder a couple years ago, that was tough to watch it. That was tough to watch for. But just in general, I see William Amy talking about Billy Bowman might not make the roster, or I can't remember if that was the comment.
Troy Anderson, he was talking about too. We have to talk about that next show. Linebacker.
Troy Anderson, the linebacker group, the defensive tackle.
Well, that's a fair assessment. That is because here's the thing, right? You can't make the club from the tub, man.
Sheesh.
You can. And look, when Troy's on the field, Troy's a pretty good player.
Right.
But
and there was a report that just came out about him too.
You know what I mean? So you get some other guys come out here, have a great preseason, and I'm gonna knock on wood, but let's say, Troy has another situation where he gets injured. That's real. That's real. I definitely think Billy Bowman makes this team, but I could, if things don't go the way that we want them with Troy, I could see that. Speaking of talking trash, Jack, I'll tell you what's interesting. There are lots and lots and lots and lots of stories of Larry Bird, who you would not think would talk trash. Talking trash, Larry Bird, who played for the Celtics, to a lot of players. Anyway, this one particular All-Star game or whatever, he shows up. You know how they have the 3-point contest. Opens the door, walks in and says, hey, who's going for second today, right? Like 20 people in there. Just walks up. Is it you? Is it you? No, it ain't you. It ain't you. Just very intimidating. But again, guy could back it up, right? So, again, maybe Kobe's that dude. You never know. He's definitely confident. Let me tell you something. You got to have a pair of brass ones to be an undrafted free agent and talk trash about Lamar Jackson, then double down on that and make appearances. You ain't even made the team yet.
I'm going to say I'm not a fan of that, but
you got to, hey, look it.
It's so Atlanta to do club appearances when you haven't made the 53, though. Like, it's so Atlanta. You got to lock in certain ways, and sometimes you got to pop bottles. But I'm just letting y'all know right now, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Talked about the running backs, talked about the kickers the other day, wide receiver group, cornerbacks we talked about. We'll do a full recap again on Sunday when we bring our good friend, and I do mean our good friend, Yuri, to the podcast, who's going to be joining us on Sunday talking Falcons, talking Dream, talking United, talking Braves, talking Hawks, talking traffic on 285, talking why he gets
food. What about food?
Food too as well. I talk about the best steak restaurants around the world with Yuri. Yeah. Yuri goes around the world, not just Atlanta.
Gotta bring up food with Yuri for sure.
And Carrie, he doesn't eat a steak well done.
He does.
And I need to ask him: is he a platinum member at Marriott or is he a gold member at Marriott? Also,
what's the best? I feel like he's like a black card member or something.
And same thing for the Delta thing, because he's flying out to Vegas. I think right after the show, he's flying in from Australia for the show and then flying out to Vegas after the show. That's Yuri for you. Falcon fans, hit that like.
This
Hit that
dude's
share
Sky Miles are probably Hall of Fame worthy,
and
right?
hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Yuri just does it big, man. I was at an event with Yuri, and sure enough, everybody's getting ready to go, and my rental's around the corner. Of course, I go get the rental. We was out of town somewhere, and I'm like, everybody's good. Everybody heading home. I see this black truck turn the corner. What the hell is this black truck? I start getting behind shit. I don't know. I'm in my Friday mode now. I'm in my Ice Cube, my smoking mode. And Yuri's like, Jack, what you doing? I said, Yuri, it's like 2 a.m. Where's this truck coming from?
Thought it was
That's my
Big Perm.
driver. That's my driver. He said, that's your driver? Yuri, you have a driver out of town, like a driver, like somebody who's contracted to come pick you up? Dude gets out the car, strapped to the T, gun here, gun on the back. I'm like, oh shit, Yuri, who are these people? Yuri said, I'm just going to the hotel, Jack. Chill. Like, okay, you got it. Big shout to Yuri too as well.
You
He's
roll
gonna
up
be here
on
with
Yuri
us.
if you want to.
Hey, roll up on him. Big shout to Yuri. He's gonna be here talking ATL music. Of course, he's in the hip hop scene too as well. So big shout out to Yuri, and of course all the fans who's gonna be stopping by on Sunday. One more thing I do have to talk about before I get up out of here, because we have a lot of people in the chat who are, I must say, they're pretty big on Madden. That's right, Madden. You talking about Madden 26 is about to drop? Yeah, we talking about the new Madden that's getting ready to drop, Falcon fans. And there's something that's interesting in this new Madden that I have to say is going to make me even play even more. Matter of fact, I might even just pause the game in the middle of the game just to watch this. And it's my boy, Freddie the Falcon, has now made his way, as you can see, to Madden.
He deserves it.
That's the Guinness World Record jump, apparently, for a mascot. And now it's in Madden, as you can see it right here on the screen. And my boy, Freddie!
Hey!
Freddie the Falcon is in Madden. You better get that check, Freddie. You better get that check.
Let's go. I love it.
Just imagine playing the game, third quarter, Falcons up 20, you're beating the Shaq's opponent, and then you look up into the damn rafters, and there goes Freddie. Come on, Falcon fans. You can't get much better than this. We're talking Atlanta Falcons football. We're talking Freddie the Falcon on Madden. This has never happened before.
Hey.
Freddie the Falcon
Congrats,
doing triple flip, triple jumps off the damn 500 level bleacher stand rafter. Freddie the Falcon.
Yeah, he's the best mascot in the league. I don't know any other mascot that does that. So
you can't be a punk and have that job, man.
Gosh, I already know who's getting ready to join the chat as soon as you say no other better mascot than Freddie. You know that our Jacksonville Jaguars fans are gonna jump in here in a minute. Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh wow.
He don't want to talk Jags, but he'll talk mascots. He'll bring Jags out.
Well, I mean, it's Jacksonville. What else do they have to talk about? Come on.
They have nothing else to talk about than that pool that needs to be cleaned and that doggone whatever that damn leopard is jumping off the damn top of the whatever they got.
Hey Jack, since we've been live, I'm sure you guys have talked about, I know we gotta go soon, you gotta hit the golf course, but I'm sure you guys talked about in recent episodes that Drake made the top 100 NFL list for the first time. He was number 97. Well, since we've been live, it's been announced that Jesse Bates III made the list as well. He's number 92.
Yeah. As well he should be. So shout out to him.
Well deserved for those players. I expect Drake to be even higher than that next year, especially with the Super Bowl ring we're getting ready to get.
I still think Jesse should be way higher. I mean, Drake too, but Jesse, come on, 92. It's all right.
I got a question for you guys, because this came up last night during my show, and it's I know we got to go just real quick. Would you pay money? And obviously not that you're going to turn away from the NFL. But would you spend your hard-earned money, your hard-earned Jack Spade and Carey dollars? BPE Carey, I just caught that. I've been on this show an hour, and I just caught, wow, okay. Anyway, would you spend your hard-earned dollars to see an AI matchup of the 84 49ers, right? It's AI, but you can't tell. It looks real. All right. But would you spend your hard-earned money to see the 84 49ers versus the 2000 Ravens? Let's say the tickets are $1,000.
Oh, hell no! No
No,
way! Absolutely not.
no,
I'd
no.
rather just watch highlights or something for free.
Okay.
Shit.
All right.
Like $1,000? You know how many Falcons games I can go to with $1,000?
That TikTok gonna be jumping that day.
But
TikTok.
it looks real though, is what
I
I
mean,
and
would
that,
you? Would you, Timo?
I wouldn't spend 500. But
Okay,
I'm saying, you guys are younger than me because the whole premise for last night's argument was I'm an old fart. I'm a Gen Xer, and we're definitely not gonna do it. But the younger generation would, and I'm like, I don't know that they would do that. So
I'm an old soul, Timo. I'm not really about all this AI stuff, to be honest.
I
Like,
love it. I love it.
If you're
I'm
in for
like,
the investments, it's pretty cool. Like if you're investing in technology and stuff into like your stocks and so on, like I mean, you're gonna get some bread off of it because this seems to be the wave in the future. Even Google VO recently dropping their VO3, and I saw one of their clips. And this is the thing, we're gonna not take too much time with this, but if you look at it, Hollywood is in trouble if this AI thing just continues, and they want to take the actors and the
scary
people.
for me.
Wait,
The music industry. So Timberland just signed an AI
Timberland
artist.
I heard about that. He's
I
signed an
think
He
AI
just signed
artist.
an AI
Gunna
artist. They're
even
very
mentioned he
much
wanted to
in trouble.
work with an AI artist, and that's
They're-
the crazy part because there was an AI Playboy Cardi artist that made a bunch of music
Mhm.
last year, and people were like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
That was AI Cardi, but this dude was from France, and all he did was just he just made the video to the AI song, but the song sounded exactly like Playboy Cardi,
Yeah.
from the beat
creepy
to the
me.
ad libs to the words, and the dude had over 3-4 million views, and he's just
That's
dancing to
crazy.
the video.
I
But
mean,
go ahead.
Jack, I should word it differently. I think it's awesome, like as far as like advancing technology, like anything for that in that aspect, I'm for it. But like
Mhm.
as far as like anything to do with advancing technology and stuff like that, like there's gonna have the drawbacks. And I think that for me at least that's a drawback. Like that's creepy. And like the things that it can do, I've seen like clips on Twitter where it's like somebody like in a pub like
Talking right.
and it looks like a real person. It's like fake. Like people can make videos, you think it's a real person, it's not. Like that to me, stuff like that, that's creepy.
Right.
It-
And that's
it-
the thing that can
it's
hurt a
very
lot of
creepy.
industries and a lot of fields. Sorry, T. A lot of industries, a lot of fields. If you're looking at, I saw that, like you said, I saw this video, Carrie. It was a car show. None of the people in the video was real.
Mhm.
They were talking about cars. There was a family with a baby. They were talking about this a family-sized vehicle. They showed a car. They showed a car on display. People walking in the background. None of the people in the video were real. It was all AI, and it would make you think that this video was. I showed my parents the video. They were like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit! What type of car is that?" I said,
Yeah.
"There is no car." I said, "This is AI." There was
Yeah.
another one. There was a train scene where there was like a Hollywood action fight scene where a guy had a gun. He pulls the gun up, and the guy knocks the gun. A full-on fight scene in AI. And they turn to the guy and he's looking at the screen. You don't see like the AI be like how they generated the video. You see an actual person.
So how do you
talking
know
and
what's
fighting.
real and what's not? Like how
It
is
just
that?
goes
Right.
so
There you
weird.
go.
So
There
weird.
you
But then
I
again,
don't
it
know,
was
it's
used in
very
animation.
cool.
We know that it was used in animation. It was used for Lilo and Stitch. It was used for so many
Right.
shows. We know that. But now they're taking it to the level of
That's
maybe we can
scary.
produce
You
a
can't
Game of
distinguish.
Thrones AI.
Yeah, that's scary to me what they can do
Yeah.
with that. That's powerful.
It, and let me tell you something. It really is. I just got one last thing, and that is because how it came up. We were having a discussion, and we were kicking it around, and I was like, well, guys, what if, because I know in baseball they use statistical analysis, right? So this guy hits this guy. This guy may be hitting $150, which he can't hit a lick, but he hits this one guy at a clip of 400, which is really good. So we're gonna let him play this game. Or the statistical analysis may tell you, hey, this team has seen this pitcher 2 times. If they see him a third time, they're gonna kill him, pull him out. And a lot of old school managers may say, but he's only thrown 60 pitches, and that's the new wave. Well, what if we're talking football, and what if we got an AI defensive coordinator, right?
Mhm.
And it's the Falcons and the Saints, and the Saints run this particular play 75% of the time. And so the defensive coordinator wants to run a different play to counter that, but the AI is like, well, no, because they run it 75% of the time, we're going to do this. I can see that happening. As a matter of fact, you don't hear about it, but it's probably already happening now. You guys ever notice that you got a whole lot more people going for it on fourth down in the last 4 or 5
They're
years?
definitely
I
checking the
I
stats and
promise you
the
that.
they're
Yeah,
checking the data to find out
yeah,
which I can see that. Then
yeah.
again, you got those guys like Kyle Shanahan, the ones who never played football, drawing up plays, and any way you can try to get Microsoft or AI to help you out. Like, what if my tight end was? Just imagine if you could put the stats of your tight end. Like, you can just put all his physical traits. You can put 6'5", 230, runs a 4 something, and like the AI creates patterns and routes for this guy. Just imagine if that happens. Like,
Mhm.
just if AI knows that Kyle Pitts runs a 4.3 or a
Yeah,
4.4, and
yeah,
that his percentage of off the line press was like 13% last year. He was
yeah,
able to get away.
yeah,
If they can use that and generate routes for these guys, it helps
yeah.
them draw up plays more easier. Then again, you saw Kyle Shanahan shit a long time ago. I always thought it was a robot doing Kyle Shanahan plays in the first place. Seeing some of them damn cross patterns and route he was running, I was
Yeah.
like, Kyle, you never played the game. How are you so good at doing these damn routes like this?
Well, but his dad was a head coach, right? And
That
even
is
though he
true as
never
well.
played it, he grew up in it. But one thing, Kyle is the master of making you look one way. I can't
Right.
believe I'm about to big up Kyle.
I ain't
But
gonna lie.
he's the master of making you look one way and then coming back. Because he'd run that play where he'd throw a million receivers over here, and there's a tight end all by himself. And we've
Well,
seen that on 3 separate teams.
how do you know if I'm AI right now?
Oh
That's
wow.
true.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Matter of fact,
Let
Kerry,
it go, Eric.
Kerry, can you
Let
just
it
wave
go.
to us? Kerry, can you
Let it
just
go.
wave to us
Blink
just
blink
like
twice if you're not AI, Kerry. Blink twice.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Got to roll up out of here. Tea time is 11:57, and it takes me an hour and some change to get up there.
Oh,
So I'm
you
about to
gotta
get ready.
go.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah, I
roll.
got to head out. Thought I was gonna be able to hit the driving range today, but I'm just gonna do some stretching before I get out there. 18 holes is gonna be easy today for me. Don't worry.
Oh, you're playing 18 holes today?
Yeah, man, got this handicap. Gotta work on
At
this
12
handicap.
o'clock in that heat?
Yeah,
Bro, you better take it. You better stay hydrated, bro. Yeah, you gotta
it's
roll.
golf, man. It's golf. Let's get to some
Tito's
shout outs.
right.
You gotta
Miss
roll.
Carrie?
You know what?
No,
Oh.
I'm saying he'll be hydrated all right with some Tito's.
That
Ah,
too as well. That too as well. Shout out to
Yeah,
the cart girl who drives around too as well. Make sure you got that tea.
Wow.
they make good money, man. I've watched. I don't know if you guys seen those TikTok videos of the cart girls. Man,
Yeah.
they make some good money doing that. But so
They
yeah,
do.
shout out to them. Shout out to you, Jack, T. Will, Bodie. Shout out to everyone in the chat. It's been awesome to be back today, talking Falcons with you guys since it's been a while. So yeah, it's Falcons football month. We got training camp this month, and I'm going to do everything in my power to be there on the 26th. So hopefully I'm going to make it, God willing. So I hope everyone has a safe and healthy, happy weekend, long weekend. Enjoy your holiday weekend. So thank you for having me.
Carrie, I would recommend that Saturday if you're coming up because Deke Ruffin's coming in town. They got the welcome back, like come together Saturday for the Falcons. Like I guess that's their theme. Like
Yeah.
we're all here together. And then we're throwing an event after for Falcon fans to come hang out, have a good time. So with Deke being in town, hopefully Berto can be here that Saturday too as well. But excuse me, that's what we plan on doing after the Falcons practice. So that Saturday should be cool for Falcon fans to show up and then hang out after. Probably do a podcast or two, but we're gonna have a good time after the event. There's gonna be a lot of people too stopping by and just hanging out because once Big Low Country puts it out there, man, it's going down in a major way. But big shout out to everybody here in the chat. T Will.
Hey man, you see DSGB, don't you, Jet?
DSGB, you always talking shit. Meg is the cart girl.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay,
he just took Carolyn to Mexico and he's talking about Meg is the cart girl.
I'm just saying. No, in all seriousness, hey, everybody that joined us in the chat, we cannot thank you guys enough. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us, and we appreciate that. We really do. It is heartfelt. Guys, it is July the 4th. Please, 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 everyone drink responsibly. Be careful when you are out there. There are a lot of people who are not going to be responsible this weekend. So be careful. Be careful. Just want to send out a prayer protection for everyone because, people get a little crazy over the weekend. Carrie, good to see you back. Shout out to Bodie 3000 and Carrie, whoever that idiot was. I hope that he has sand in his shoes for the rest of his life.
That was so bad. And you know me, like I'm calm, cool, and collected like 98% of the time. Like I kind of went off a little bit,
Good
like
for you.
because
Good.
I'm like, you're a beeping weirdo. Like, why are you? Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was
That's a behind the scenes story. People probably watching, like they're probably listening, like, wait, Carrie, what happened with Carrie?
yeah.
was a
I kind
funny
of alluded to
behind-the-scenes
it
story.
earlier, guys. Like I at the Man City game, I had a bad run in with the. I was gonna say a fan, but he
A
wasn't
neutral
even
fan, a non-fan of neither. Somebody who was given tickets clearly to sit down and shut
Probably
up. And
some
watch the game.
socially awkward dude that probably really liked you, just didn't know how to talk to, you know.
Yeah,
we're showing
maybe
it,
I'll make her feel bad before I make her feel
Right,
bad.
right. And you'd be surprised at how many idiots out there really, because they don't have confidence, right? They don't, and they don't know how to talk to women, so they think, oh, I'm going to insult you, which is just stupid. But anyway, Jack,
yeah, to that point real quick, like I'm all for banter, like you guys in the chat, like talk your ish, like, you know, especially for Falcons, like, you know, but don't take it to the next level. Don't make it personal. And like, that's how fights start. I mean, I feel like if I was a dude, we probably would have gotten a fist fight. Like, I just feel like you don't take it overboard and you don't make it personal. I'll talk my ish to like Aints fans, like, but this guy wasn't just talking ish. I would have been fine. He's like recording me because I'm upset because my team's losing. Like, why are you recording me? You're a weirdo. Like, please don't do that. Like, but yeah, so
you get a lot of those in the world, especially around this time of the year.
Where do you live?
Just
hit that subscribe button. Eric Parker, Jack about to be on them White Claws all day.
Look at his other one. Where do you live?
I know, right?
It probably was that idiot. It probably was. You're right, Eric. It probably.
Where do you live?
Big shout out. DSGB Hall says Carrie squabble up. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to DSGB Hall and Carolyn open up that non-profit.
DSGB, what it do? What up, LBB?
Yeah. And big shout out to Eric Parker, man. I know you just started your LLC, Eric's Imitation Crab Business. Big shout out to Eric, man.
Wait, really?
Wow. No, he's taking shots.
For the rest of the year. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who's here every one time for the fan. I'll see y'all.
You had me for a second.
Big shout out to Carrie. Big shout out to Bodie.
Oh boy, you get ready to go down to that chat, Jack.
DSGB Hall's new nonprofit in Mexico, man. Big
oh wow. Oh wow.
Can't wait till the NFL gets
over.
My goodness.
Oh wow.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all Sunday. He said you better run.
Better run, yeah.
It's like, all right, bye guys. Stream's over.
You better go ahead and hit that in chat now. Stream.
Snap. Hey, Falcon fans. We'll see y'all Sunday with my boy everyone. Yuri, everybody's favorite Falcon fan, Yuri, joining us to talk some Falcons football. Sunday night at 8. One time for the fan, man. We up out of here. Big shout out to Buddy.